Hi, we're the Ecology Group and we're here to tell you that things are getting very messy. We're a group made up of 11 students and 2 teachers, and we spread the truth about climate change. Our teacher and some scientists gave us our wake-up call, and now we're trying to ring the alarm bells for as many other people as possible. You might be asking yourself what we do. Well, our project is to make short but powerful videos about climate change that we post on social media. The young and the poor will suffer the most, and our voices should be heard. We are hoping to encourage others to stand up for their rights by making a video of their own. Let's tell you why we're in serious trouble. So where does it all start? Well, it starts with a typical motor, one you find in a car or a factory. There are simply millions of these in the world's economy, and they all feed off fossil fuels. This global engine is running 24/7, year on year, producing lots of very nice and useful things, but it also generates a gas that is causing climate change. Here we see the Earth and the Sun. Before the 1800s, most of the Sun's rays were being reflected and thrown back into space. But since the Industrial Revolution, a thicker atmosphere of greenhouse gases has suddenly started to trap heat radiation inside. And so, with these extra blankets, our Earth is getting hotter. Due to human emissions, an extra 1.5 degrees has been locked into the atmosphere since industry started. With current trends, we are heading towards 5 degrees. The Paris Agreement only has enough commitments from all the nations of the world to bring this down to a disastrous 4 degrees. For human civilization to avoid catastrophe, we need to immediately reduce emissions fast, to keep the warming to 2 degrees. Emissions have never been reduced in the past. This is going to require real change, which we cannot afford to delay any longer. It is the most important and urgent crisis that we face. At the moment, right across our ecosystems, things are breaking down. So what are the dangers that lie ahead? Why is 2 degrees so important? The planet is being rebooted to a new system that will be incompatible with human civilization as it is now. Maybe the best way to understand what is happening is to use a baby as a metaphor for our planet. A baby with a raised temperature of 1 degree will be unwell, unhappy, and unusually grumpy. Planet Earth is the same. It is a biological system that is very sensitive to temperature change. Some of the first signs of grumpiness was seen in hurricanes Katrina and Harvey. In fact, a sustained 1 degree rise is enough to kill most of the Great Barrier Reef. Dangerous tropical diseases also start to spread. At 2 degrees, all coral reefs are doomed, and these are the nurseries for all sea life. Melting ice in Greenland, Antarctica, and glaciers will cause sea levels to rise, forcing millions of people to move. Our baby is now in a serious condition. At 3 degrees, the flooding and storms continue to intensify in frequency and violence. The sudden and accelerated change in the climate is fatal to around 3.5 million species. And with a 3 degree rise, just as the coral reef collapsed under the stress of raised temperatures, the ecosystem of the Amazon basin starts to break down. This in turn has a huge impact on ocean and weather systems. The major wheels of the climate come loose. Our baby now has a temperature of 40 degrees. The massive shock to the ecosystem at 4 degrees means that across the globe major food supplies fail because of erratic weather, flooding and droughts. For humans, doctors consider a 4 degree temperature rise as a medical emergency. It is known as hyperpyrexia. A 10-meter sea level rise is now guaranteed. We have reached a global warming of 5 degrees. It is not an Earth that humans would recognize. We have to go millions of years into the past to find anything like it. There are crocodiles swimming around the North Pole, the Atlantic is a hot tub of 45 degrees, and the number, power and size of hurricanes is unimaginable. A global warming of 6 degrees is quite simply the end of human civilization. Okay, stop. Do you really want this to happen? These are the facts of science. They might be scary, but no feeling ever won a fight against the fact. The Industrial Revolution started with a steam train. In just 200 years we have gone so far and so fast with technology and development. But if we don't sort out the simple problem of emissions, it will all end up as a total wreckage. Who are we? We will not just let these things happen. This is your future, this is your protest, this is your voice. Join in by making a video. Paris was nice, but it's not enough. Governments have to do much more and they have to act now. Emissions have to be cut. It is time to get angry about climate change. It is time to speak up, to work together, to talk, to listen, to act. Because if we don't stop using fuel, we'll all end up as fossils.